Alright, scoot down here to number 10. Bless you. Use the figure below to write an equation and then plug in the given values in order to determine the area. So we know that it's a rectangle, it tells us that. So what is the formula for a rectangle? If you notice, it's the same as parallelogram. Okay? We're going to plug in our numbers. So this time I know that the height is 9. I don't know what the base is. Do I know what the area is? No. So in this one I'm missing two different things. And what they want me to do is write the formula for B. So if I'm trying to figure out what B is, what do? I divide both sides by 9. So B is going to be A divided by 9. Let's get it over here to 12. Same kind of problem except for it's a volume one. We're going to write the formula for volume. Volume is what? Length times width times height. Let's see if that works for us. Plug in our values. So volume is, what's the length? What's the width? What's the height? We're not sure. And so this is really V equals 45H. Would you agree with that? Yeah. So now they want me to write the formula for H. So how do I get H all by itself? So I'm going to say H is V divided by 45. That's coming back to our equations that we did back in February. Alright, I got a couple more to do with you. Let's do 14A. So they're saying, what is this missing angle measurement? So how many degrees is a triangle always add up to? At least 180. So there's two ways to solve it. I could add them together and subtract from 180, or I could start with 180 and subtract this and then subtract that. I think the majority of you guys seem to like adding them together first, so let's do that. It's okay if you like doing it the other way. I got 121. Is that what you got? Yeah. And then I just want to subtract that from 180. And 59 is your missing angle. So just write it somewhere in the box. I want you to mark out 15 because we did not do that. Scoot down to A down here. Which ordered pair represents the midpoint of BC? So I wanted to talk about this one because we haven't talked about the word midpoint. It kind of sounds like you should know what it means. The middle point. They're just kind of abbreviating that word middle and saying midpoint. So we're looking for the midpoint of BC. So let me kind of highlight it here. Here's BC. And if I'm trying to find the midpoint, I could do it a couple different ways. I could say, well, I go over this way one, and this way one, and then this way one, this way one, this way one, and this way one. Look, there's that middle point. So I'm looking for this point right here. So start at the origin. How many do I go left? So I go -1, and then how many do I go down? So my answer is going to be -1, -4. Do I have to put the what? The parentheses around or brackets? In this problem, it's looking for a point, and we know that. So it's not really required. But if you're putting a point, it is good to have the brackets around. Alright, and then I have two more on the back. Flip it over. Number 18 and 19 I want to do with you real quick. On number 18 it says, which of the following points meets the qualification that x is greater than negative 2? So what I want to do is think, okay, well, if my x number, that's the first number, is greater than negative 2, that's basically, here's my negative 2. All of these that are this way are going to have an x that is larger than negative 2. So think of a point over here. Your x value is going to be larger than negative 2. Think of any point over here. Your x value is larger than negative 2. So it asks you which of the following points meets the qualifications. So we're going to write down all three of these, D, A, and F. So your answer for this one is D, A, F. And we have a very similar problem for number 19, but they're talking about the y value. So in this one, we want to say that y is less than positive 1. So that means I'm going to look at my y values as being 1, and I want the values that are going to be less than. So what points are less than y value of 1? I thought that was G as well. I actually wrote that to begin with. It's C, D, F, and there's one more. A, you saw it. Good job. Because I kind of wrote the line through it, so it's hard to see. Okay. Alright, so I have started you on this. I want you to work on the ones that we haven't done and complete the review sheet, and I will pick it up at the end of class.